Hi there guys, welcome to today's Captain's Vlog. It's a special Sunday vlog, 12:08 hours on Sunday, March 6, 2015, Batman 2. What you doing?
Doing brakes on Casey's car.
Cool.
We've already had mine and we can't find anything tripping. We think that they may have overfilled it when I went to get my oil change.
Okay.
They overfilled it and just spewed out like it's supposed to. It's body work.
You having fun down there?
Looking for a goddamn lift point.
You see where right at the...
Just grab anything on the bottom. Just stick them under there. It's under the bottom. It'll pick it up.
Well,
the whole thing's made out of metal. It'll be fine.
I think last time I put it under the jack point, which the knife edge there.
Yeah, I've done that before too. I sent him a picture though. It was titled, I don't think the new guy has the experience he says he does. They have him, he put the feet under the fenders and had it.
Oh man, that's gotta be cool. I'm doing 15 rounds with Stupid and We Are Westsiders.
Are you still on the mediums?
I'm still on the mediums and psychics thing. Oh my god, this has been my whole morning. It's been wildly entertaining.
So you just don't want to do a lift point then? Yeah, let's just put it under the jack point.
Alright. Front's good though. Front you can see very much so frame.
Yeah.
On the back, yeah, that's a little further back. I like that part.
Oh god, I'm not there yet.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, they're black, slimming und heizt wird.
I'm gonna check on my batteries. Had my battery thing just rocking out. This has been like every few minutes I come over here and do the next step. Storage charges on everything. So I got a system. I'm going through every battery in the collection, which is considerable. I need to get a lot more of these, but everything gets a storage charge and goes in there because safety. And everything in the working set, like things we're actively flying, goes in here. So like I'm putting 2 luge batteries in here. I'll probably do all 4. And so little things. You can't really put a storage charge on these in any easy way, but I've never had to. I have batteries here that are 2 years old and work just fine. So I'm gonna set you. How can I set? I'll set it right here. There. Enjoy the thrillingness of changing batteries. Oh my god, it's so much fun. So much fun as we change out batteries. 3-cell, life's good, okay. Elder Clifton brought this battery back to life. It was a brand new battery. I'd only flown it a couple times and screwed up the black wire. Like this broke in a crash. It actually broke the plug and it mangled it up, but took a plug off a dead 3-cell battery and he soldered and heat shrunk that on there. So beautiful. Look at the nice sharp edges. Happy battery. Lives again. Thank you, Elder Clifton. And that's it for EC3 batteries. So for that one, I can go right onto here. And we'll start with a 3300 3-cell with XT connectors. So I need an XT connector. I know I got more. Shit. I should have 4 of these leads. I only got 3 over here, so I'm missing one somewhere. It's probably downstairs. So I'll just use the multi-pigtail. Okay, we got 3 cell. We go here, 11.1, that's 3 cell. Boom. Check it. Do it. Alright, so this one's done. Goes down here. Grab the next one. Pop it in there. Life's good. 3 cell, 3 cell, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, we're going there. What are our cells at? Okay, that one was charged. That one's charged. That one's coming up a little bit, and it'll be good. Oh, this one timed out, so let it go again. Yeah, it's still a little high, so it's bringing it down. See, with a storage charge, if it's too high, it'll bring it down. If it's too low, it'll bring it up, and it balances everything out, nice and happy. And then you can store it. You don't want to store LiPos at a full charge. It's actually a bad idea. You store them at about a half charge. And it's right around 3.8, 3.81 in that area. So this one is very nearly done. You can see, finish out pretty quick. So, cool. It's rocking.
But yeah, I need new rotors, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, those don't look too bad then. Make sure we have a good number for Phillips. Yeah. Let me take off the caliper bolts.
Yeah, you have to take the caliper completely off.
Yep. Sorry though. It's 2 bolts, then 2 more bolts here. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to see real quick. I'm just gonna go grab my socket wrench. And a mini sled.
So what else you got going on today, Sim?
Just this. If all goes well, we're gonna go watch Deadpool again. It's freaking hilarious.
Okay. I'm just rocking batteries. I'm not gonna get to fly anything today. I gotta go talk to the guy about the big fan. Other Westsiders, so I wanted to take a minute and make a video. I know usually I make long text posts, and I might make a text version of this, but I wanted to share this with a wider audience because it's important, and it's something that tends to get you shot at for talking about in today's society, so I figured I'd take a swing at it myself and see what I could do, because I like talking about things that other people really don't want to talk about, because frequently those are the things that need to be talked about the most. I want to talk to you guys about class. I watched a guy in the We Are Westsiders group a week or so ago make a post where he was mocking people who wore pajamas just out and about, as winter wear no less. And I watched him get eaten alive by like 50 people, just completely lost their shit. And there's no reason for that. We live in a society where I don't give a fuck has become the mantra of not just the current generation, but the previous one as well. I remember, had to be October of '98, I think. Eminem released a song, I Don't Give a Fuck, followed by a subsequent song of I Still Don't Give a Fuck. And that was the first time I noticed it. And now we've got several other artists, Lil Jon being one of them, has a mantra out there, I don't give a fuck about you, you know, and this is a whole thing. And I'll cite references. I'll actually post links to popular culture references, including all the way back to the Eminem one, in the description of this video, so you can check it out. Because, and it's not just a black thing. This is a white thing just as much. and I'll put that in there. But what it boils down to is a balance of three things. And this is really what the lesson I want you guys to take away from this is it's a balance of three things. There's how you see yourself. There's how other people see you. And these are opposite ends of a seesaw, okay? Think of these as opposite ends of a balance beam. And the fulcrum, the pivot of the seesaw, or the teeter-totter, is how much you care about what other people think of you. And by where you move that, puts how much effort it takes for either side. Just, I'm a physicist, so I speak in terms of levers and such because it makes sense to me. But it all boils down to how much you care about what other people think and how you see yourself and the effort that you put into controlling what other people think about you. If you travel to the east side of Grand Rapids, you see a lot of people who care a very great deal about what other people think of them. And these people are at one end of the extreme because they care so much about what other people think of them that it's actually detrimental to their life. It actually decreases their health and well-being. It's an actual pain in their ass because they spend so much time caring about what the neighbors think or how people are going to view them and all that they spend huge amounts of effort and huge amounts of money that they don't have to because they care about this so much, because keeping up appearances is so important. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the West Siders. Not all the West Siders, but some of them. A non-trivial demographic of people who have such a low level of caring about what other people think of them that this actually becomes detrimental to their health and well-being. The secret to this is moderation. The secret to this is the Buddhist concept of the middle way, you know? Yes, I'm teaching Buddhism to the West Siders. But it's true. All things in moderation, including moderation. But the secret to this is having a proper balance. It's not healthy to live your entire life completely encompassed in what other people are going to think of you. You have to step your own step. You have to walk your own walk. You have to live your own life. And to a healthy degree, it's a good thing to not give a fuck about what other people think. Because if you do, you give up all of your sense of self. On the other end of the extreme, it's really bad to truly not care about what other people think. Because to do this puts you on a path where other people are going to judge you no matter what end of the spectrum you're on. Other people are going to make not just opinions, but take actions on those opinions. And they're going to judge you in ways that are not necessarily fair to you and not necessarily accurate to who you really are. This will cost you opportunity. This will cost you respect. This will cost you peer groups. This will tangibly affect your life in a lot of ways. The funny thing is, no matter which end of the spectrum you're on, if you're on one of the extreme ends of the spectrum, the ways in which this will affect your life are almost universally negative. So, while I understand the position of those who argue for the right to wear pajamas in public, that's fine. If that's how you want to dress, by all means, wear pajamas in public. However, your right to wear pajamas in public does not preclude my right to judge you and make presuppositions about you based on your attire. because I know that a person who is wearing pajamas in public has a reason to do that. And it's up to me, as a critical thinking adult, to figure out what those are. Now, there are valid times and reasons to wear pajamas in public, okay? If you've been up all night with the 3 sick kids and you've got the flu as well and you need to go to Walgreens and it's the middle of the night and you just need cold medicine for the kid, that's fine. I get that. I understand that. There's a point where you just don't give a shit. I need cold medicine for the kid. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday and goddamn it, you need ice cream. You need ice cream. I understand being in Meyer, third shift, and you're there because, you know, I understand the power of menstrual ice cream. I've been down this path, and there's a time when you just don't give a fuck, you need ice cream. Fine, that's okay. But if you're just hanging out, and you're just wearing your pajamas because that's what you do, then I'm going to make judgments about you. I'm going to judge that maybe you are a person with a surprisingly low level of class. And that's okay if that's what you want to be. But if you are dressed in that level, in public, in certain situations, it's not going to net you the response that you want it to. So there's the balance again. You have the right to wear whatever the hell you want, wherever the hell you want. But everybody else has the right to judge you accordingly, and you do not have the right to get upset at these people for doing exactly what you've invited them to do. And this exact argument takes on a million different forms. A million different forms. And I've seen it made by a lot of people. This is the whole thing where there's a very famous picture of a woman topless as part of a protest. And she's a beautiful woman, completely topless. She may actually be naked, I'm not sure, but I know she's at least topless. And written on her is still not asking for it. And you could write a whole thesis on our society and the many things going on there. And I'm not going to open that can of worms, because I'm dumb, but I ain't stupid. But that's the thing that matters in our community. If you're here, if you're in the Westsiders thing on Facebook, it's usually because you actually care about our community. You actually want our neighborhood to do a little bit better, to help bring people up just a little bit. And I get that it's really easy to just not give a shit. It's really easy to drop to the lowest common denominator. But it's my job to help you do better. It's my job to help you see the bigger perspective and not necessarily tell you what to do, but tell you that you should think. What you arrive upon in thinking is up to you. What you decide, entirely up to you. And it's not my place to tell you what you should decide. But it is important, and it matters a great deal, that you actually take the time to think about these things and think them through. And not just from your own perspective, because that's really easy to do. It's really easy to get bogged down in how you see the world and think that just because this is how I see the world, this is the right thing. This is correct, because it isn't always so. I'm wrong all the time about things. It's how I eventually get around to being right. But it's important to look at this and think it through and think, okay, I'm gonna wear pajamas because fuck you, man. Alright, you can do that. But take a minute and think, how does this reflect upon me? How do other people see this? Do you actually care what other people think? I mean, really, not what you say, but do you really actually maybe care a little bit that other people think that you're a white trash piece of shit or not? maybe that bothers you. Maybe you don't want to be that. Maybe you want to do a little better. And it starts by acting better. You don't have to necessarily be a better person. You don't necessarily have to be rich or classy or any of that horseshit. But there's a hell of a lot to be said for act as if. Or fake it till you make it. Because I don't want you to be a white trash piece of shit your whole life. I want you to have a better life. I want you to have a better job. I want you to do better. Because I believe that you actually can. I believe in my heart that you have it within you to actually have a better life. But it has to start with you have to want to have a better life. That's what I want. And I believe that together as a community, as the West Side, we can tangibly do better. We can have a better community. We can have a more intelligent community. We can practice critical thinking. We can work together. And it starts with simply taking a look at things and building that perspective. So that is why you shouldn't wear pajamas in general public. Thank you. You guys have fun. Please leave all your hate, rage, and pissed off butt hurt below in the comments. You know where to find me. Damn.
It's also fun to watch the water just kind of disappear.
So what's these for?
Retaining screws to hold them in place. The front had them, the backs don't. We had to drill them out on the front, but it just holds the rotor in place. They're not actually needed.
This car was made in the brief period where Ford owned Mazda.
Okay, I remember those dark days.
So these are Fomoco brakes.
Oh, okay.
Where did the sludge end up at?
Stick your tongue on it.
I've already touched my arm against it a couple times.